Hey, what's up guys? Long time no see. So I want to start making videos again under the Coach Kang moniker. And as you can see, I did get a lapel mic, so hopefully the audio is a little better. But anyways, I want to start off by saying to be safe during the pandemic. So if your job does offer a telecommuting policy, make sure you take that telecommuting policy. And my policy currently is through the middle of April, and hopefully the virus clears up by then. But looking at this rate of infection, it is doubling quite quickly, approximately every 2 days here in the United States. So it's really important to stay safe and limit exposure to other people. So obviously, if you're watching this now, most gyms have closed in the United States, and that's obviously to help stop the spread of the virus. But you want to really limit your exposure to any other person. So you only want to be going out for supplies, and if you do go out for supplies, to stock up enough so that you have an abundance of supplies so you don't have to go out as often. And I personally, I'm lucky enough to have a buddy that has a home gym. So what I do is we always keep 6 to 10 feet between us. So he'll let me in, and then we may talk a little bit. He lets me do my thing in his garage gym, and then I tell him I'm done, and then we always keep this 6 to 10 feet of distance. And whenever I'm touching anything, I use a sanitary wipe, so I make sure I'm not touching anything with my bare hands. So it's really important that you don't touch any surfaces if you don't have to. Okay, so number one is to telecommute if possible with your job, okay, and do that for an extended period of time. And obviously, you don't have the option of going to the gym in the United States currently, so stay away from that. If you do have a home gym, you want to make sure to do the precautionary measures and always keep your distance and don't touch anything with your bare hands, and also to sanitize things after you're done. Okay, so we covered those aspects. And it's really important that you don't visit your parents or grandparents during this pandemic, because the virus is largely asymptomatic in young people. So people who are younger with healthy immune systems, they won't be exhibiting the symptoms. So it's really important that you don't visit parents or grandparents, anyone elderly, because you may have exposure to the virus and you're unaware of it because you're asymptomatic. So it's really, really important that you don't visit anyone during this time frame. And if you do visit, for example, someone that's in your relative age group that's younger, then you want to also keep your distance from them. Okay, so it's really important that you're limiting exposure to people, especially elderly people and other people and surfaces. And you don't want to be exposing yourself in a very crowded situation. So even when you get supplies, I know it may be a little tough, but try to distance yourself and don't get near anyone. Okay, and this is more towards being precautious toward other people, because if you're young and healthy, you're more likely going to be asymptomatic and you won't be affected by it as much. But you want to always think about others, especially the elderly and people who are vulnerable to the virus and its devastating effects, the respiratory effects. And you want to be mindful of that and be considerate and just stay away from people for the time being. And hopefully this cools down by middle April, maybe beginning of May. It's possible that it may not cool down because you have really selfish individuals, such as people going on spring break. They're mingling with each other, and then they may return home to their parents or grandparents. Then they're gonna spread the disease that way. And obviously the people around them, they may have to go out, or they will have to go out and get the supplies, and that may be spread to other people. So just be really mindful, telecommute if possible. If you do have an option of a home gym, to keep your distance away from other people while you're training. Only get supplies when you have to, and of course, the mandatory washing of the hands, and don't touch your face. I personally am a fairly clean individual, so I always wash my hands regardless. So just be really mindful, be really careful in these times. Again, you may be young and healthy, and you may be asymptomatic if you do get the virus, but just be really mindful of all the other people around you, and stay safe, and just be cautious until this cools down. So thanks again guys for watching, and stay tuned for the next video.